Box known as Ned Shot Gymnasium, and it's ball night once again here on the campus on the hill here in Bluefield, West Virginia. Zach Hill along with you, the whole family here again tonight, and the Big Blue back in action for the first time in a very long time here hosting the King Tornado tonight. Should be an interesting matchup. These two teams not so familiar with each other, but they have played 4 times in the past coming into tonight. It's 2-2. With King winning the last 2 meetings in 2012 and 2011. Bluefield State won in 2000 and way back in 1995. King started a delayed 2021 program Wednesday evening at home, losing to Emmanuel, I should say, 84-81. Emmanuel chose number 1 in Conference Carolinas in the preseason poll, so a very tough Emmanuel squad took all they could handle against King Wednesday night. Should be an interesting matchup. King was chosen 7th in Conference Carolinas, but it looks like that conference is going to be good from top to bottom. Tornado were within a few buckets late. It was tied at 81, 2 minutes to go. Damian Ottoman's double-double. 14 points, 11 rebounds, paced the way for the Tornado. Brendan Lambert had 15 points off the bench. Those are a few names I think we're going to hear a lot of here tonight. Bluefield State, is it going to be rust or is it going to be rested here tonight after a long break? They played Lincoln way back before Thanksgiving and lost that one. So it's going to be an interesting matchup. We're going to see maybe a refreshed Bluefield State squad or a rusted Bluefield State squad. We'll kind of find out here early here tonight. We started a little bit late. We had some technical difficulties. We had to talk with Coach Price, but that interview we didn't get the audio, so we apologize for that. So that's kind of why we're starting late. But we're going to take a timeout. We'll get some more pregame here at Ned Shot Gymnasium. We'll have starting lineups, national anthem, and tip-off here in a few moments live right here on the Big Blue Sports Network.
So much here that's offered that you're not going to have access to in larger colleges.
Big Blue fans, starting this fall, we're going live from the Hill. We also have a new voice of the Big Blue, Zach Helton.
And with Derek and I, we have teamed up with Blue Frame. We've got our website going, the Big Blue Sports Network. Just go go-bstate.com, and you can watch all the games live and on demand right there. And if you're on the go, there's an app. Team One Sports, search Bluefield State, and you can watch everything Bluefield State through that app. We're going live, big man. It's going to be huge.
Hey, let's go. Go Big Blue.
Go Big Blue. Welcome back to Ned Shot Gymnasium. We're mere moments away from tip-off here between the Big Blue men and the King Tornado, both coming in 0-1 on the year, though King's one loss was in Conference Carolina. So they're already behind the 8-ball in conference play tonight and tomorrow, I believe, are King's only non-conference matchups, as these two teams will face off tomorrow afternoon as well. 4 o'clock the tip-off in Bristol for the rematch. The women will play at 2 o'clock. So we'll have both those games right here on the Big Blue Sports Network. So tune in tomorrow. It'll be audio, but tune in tomorrow the same way you are right now. And if you're on go-bstate.com, check out the app as well. Team One Sports is the app. Just search it in the App Store or Google Play. Download it and then search Bluefield State. Make them your favorite. Team One Sports, the only app for the Big Blue Sports Network. Both teams on the floor for their final few moments of warm-ups. Other local games of interest in Division II this evening. Shawan is at North Greenville. Barton is at Belmont Abbey, and Mount Olive is down in North Carolina, taking on Mr. Jennings and the crew at Lee's McCray. Should be an intriguing matchup here tonight. Both teams very young in their season, although King has played Wednesday night. The Big Blue looking to get back on the bus since taking off not only Thanksgiving, but Hanukkah and Christmas and all those holidays in between. Some of those were not by choice, as some games for the Big Blue, their opponents were in COVID protocol, and then Bluefield State dealt with some COVID protocol last week before what was scheduled to be a doubleheader home and away against Belmont Abbey. So those are two games that I don't think will be made up, but we'll stay up to date on all things Bluefield State on go-bstate.com. We've got everyone here tonight. It should be an interesting night for a ball between the Big Blue and the Tornado. So we mentioned tomorrow at King, women tip-off first, tip-off at 2 p.m., 1:30 pregame. right here on the Big Blue Sports Network. And then we'll take a short break in between games, and we'll start the men's broadcast about 15 minutes before pregame, or before tip-off for that game as well down at Bristol. So both games you'll have right here on the Big Blue Sports Network. And if you want to get up to date on the socials, check out everything Big Blue. Bluefield State Athletics on Facebook, B-State Blues on Twitter and Instagram. The Big Blue are everywhere. We're a few moments away from tip-off. We'll take one more final break, come back for national anthem, starting lineups, and much more right here on the Big Blue.
Here that's offered that you're not going to have access to in larger colleges.
Welcome back to Ned Schott Gymnasium. Both teams back to their huddle. The Tornado in all red tonight. Bluefield State in the home grays tonight. We're a few moments away from lineup and tip-off. And tell your friends about us, Big Blue Sports Network on go-bstate.com and the Team One Sports app. You can share it on your phone, tablet, rotary phone. I think if you can put an app on there, you can. Carrier pigeon, whatever have you. Send out the Big Blue Sports app today. Keeping an eye on our PA announcer. I think. See if we have one soon. Nonetheless, should be an interesting matchup here. I think we have lineups, don't we, Mikey? We already have the lineups. Let's go ahead and throw those up. First for King, it'll be Josh Relford, a 5'8" senior guard out of Johnson City, Tennessee. He played some college ball at Florida Southern College before coming to King. Had 5.6 rebounds the other night against Emmanuel. M.G. Faust leads the team, 11 points, 2 rebounds against Emmanuel. Also had a couple of blocks. He's a community college transfer, 8.2 points per game last year at Lawson State Community College. Michael Mays, 13 points, 1 rebound against Emmanuel the other night, coming off a redshirt year from Reinhardt University. Down inside, Brandon Lamberth, 6'6" junior forward from McLeansville, North Carolina. Brunswick Community College had his services last year, 15.7 rebounds off the bench Wednesday night. And Jason Brooks, 6 points, 2 steals against Emmanuel the other night from Lake Charles, Louisiana. Bluefield State will counter with Marquise Cooper. Had 19 points against LMU in the only game so far this season. Alex Nunley, a name you're going to hear a lot of tonight, 15 points, 17 rebounds in the loss to LMU. Taj Maltoni chipped in 15 points off the bench against LMU the other night, or a few nights ago, I should say. He'll start tonight. Sean Asayas, a 6'3" sophomore guard out of Hudson, Florida, getting his first start here tonight. And Brandon Aniawu, 6'3" senior guard out of Inglewood, up to no good, California, 6 points, 4 rebounds against LMU in the opener. So we're going to line up. We're going to have national anthem here in a few moments. So it looks like we will go without, maybe. We'll go out without starting lineups announced here, but luckily for us, we already know them, Mikey. Mikey Doherty to my right hanging out with us. We've got some great people on our cameras. We'll find their names soon enough, and we'll pass those along to you. We appreciate all the help Bluefield State in the home grays here tonight. And we've got a technical foul before we tip off. And it looks like Brandon Aniawu will do the honors, and he hits the point of the night. So Bluefield State will lead 1-0 before the tip-off. Not 100% sure what the technical foul was on. But that will also mean there's no tip, and Bluefield State. Nope, they will tip it. I apologize. Bluefield State leads 1-0 after a technical foul, which we'll try to find out about. As King was assessed a technical foul. Ball in the air. Loose ball. Bodies collide, and King wins the tip. They'll bring it up from left to right here in the first half. Man-to-man pressure defense by the Big Blue. Not allowing King to set up their offense within the first 9 seconds. Far corner. It'll be Mays to inbound to Relford. Relford runs the point. High post. Brooks with a touch. Over to Lambert. Down to the post. They'll find Brooks. Left block extended, and a little fadeaway 15-footer from that side is good. And King regains the 2-1 lead. Quickly into the front court come the Big Blue. Isaias runs the point. Between the leg dribble, deep out on the perimeter. Facing the man-to-man defense by the big tornado of King. Top of the key, Tony on the attack, left hand. Shields the defender with the body and lays it in with the left hand. Nice play by Tony. It's 3-2 Big Blue. We're a minute in here at Ned Shot. Pull quick trigger, 3-ball from Mays on the left wing, off the mark. Rebounded by the Big Blue. They're going to run with it into the front court. 3-ball. Right corner on the way, a little short from Aniawu, but the putback by Nunley draws the foul. Strong take by Alex Nunley. A rebound and an opportunity here with 2 free throws to extend the early 3-2 lead. As a team, Bluefield State 78.6 from the line coming into tonight. Free throw is too strong by Nunley. He'll get one more. 6'6" junior out of the District of Columbia. 13.6 points per game last year. Led the team with 7.8 rebounds per game. Nunley leaves the second one short, but Zayas crashes the glass and keeps the possession alive, but a whistle inside. Well, I think we had a little shot clock issue there. So they'll put 16 on the shot clock. And inbounding from the near sideline will be Aniawu. Zayas runs the point, gives up to Tony on the attack. Backdoor may have been there, but no pass given. Aniawu over to Tony. Tony, deep jumper from the right side is good. And it's a 5-2 Big Blue advantage. Quickly in the front court, a little pressure defense. Ends up in a steal. Zayas finds Tony, and Tony puts it to bed. Quick start by the Big Blue at 7-2. 18-20 and counting here in the first half. I think our question has been answered. The rested is coming out here early, but a cheap foul on the perimeter as Tony tried to get himself another steal, when we'll pick up his first and Bluefield State's first of the evening. 18-12 first half, 7-2. Big Blue with the early 5-point advantage. Relford top of the key, handles, gives off to Brooks. Brooks on the attack, into the paint, lost it, and scooping up the loose ball is Nunley for his first steal. Zayas brings it up, switches hands, drives, too strong. Nunley there, his putback blocked from behind, and here come the Tornadoes. Faust on the run, up ahead to Mays. Mays' layup will fall through to close the gap, 7-4. Quick outlet up ahead to Nunley. Nunley to the block, whistle, offensive foul. Nunley went in aggressive, and Jason Brooks there to take the charge. Nunley's first, team second, 17-41 left here in the first half. Big Blue with the advantage, but King with the basketball as Relaford slowly brings it up. to the right wing, backs off a touch as he's met there by Isaiah. They'll reverse it around the perimeter with Lambert pulling up. Deep, 2, almost banked it home. Rebound tipped out, back to Lambert. Lambert swings it over. Mays for 3, right side, rattles home. 2 big blue players went for the rebound, and the defense was out of sorts, and we're tied at 7. Zayas brings it up, gives off to Tony, who goes left side. Cooper, alley-oop play, 2 deep. And Tony tried to get it back to Nunley, and a wild pass into the King bench results in the turnover. We're 2 minutes, 59 seconds in, and it's tied at 7 here at Net Shot Gymnasium. Relaford into the front court, pulls up, 15-footer left side, too strong. Rebound, Faust had a chance at it, but Nunley gets it away from him. Quick outlet up ahead to Cooper. Cooper gives off inside. Aniawu with a nice move inside to put it off the glass and in. And the Big Blue retake a 9-7 lead. Into the front court goes Mays for King. Thought about driving, does. First shot partially blocked, gets it and puts it back home. Little stutter step there, may throw the Big Blue off. Mays gets the bucket, and we're tied back at 9. Fast pace here within the first 3.5 minutes at Shot Gymnasium. Nunley, top of the key 3 in route. Too strong that time. No one in gray underneath. And an easy board for Lambert and King. Outlet up ahead. Relifer on the attack. Left hand uses the body himself and puts it off the glass to give King an 8-9 advantage. Into the front court, Azayas. Aniawu now on the wing gets a pick from Nunley. The roll was there, but the double team prevented the pass. They give it up to Tony. Tony swings it. Azayas 3 left side, off the mark. Rebound inside, King and Faust. Faust going to bring it up. He's going to run with it. Now kicks in the corner. Mays for 3 from there, off the mark. Strong play by Cooper coming out of nowhere for the rebound for the Big Blue. He's going to bring it to the length of the court. Finds inside. Wild shot. Bailed out by Nunley, and his putback results in a foul. 15:30 left here in the first half. Foul shots coming up after the timeout with King leading 11-9 here on the Big Blue Sports Network.
You succeed. My name is Raynell Crenshaw. My major is applied science with a concentration of pre-medicine, and I'm a volleyball player.
Big Blue fans, if you're in the mood for the great food and drink right before or after the game, look no further than the Rail Yard on Raleigh Street in Bluefield. Right now they're going through their renovations. So order online, RailYardWV.com. The Rail Yard in Bluefield, a fan of the Big Blue. Tell them we sent you. 15:30 left here in the first half. Fast-paced. It's been exciting so far. 11-9 the score, with King holding a 2-point advantage. And before the timeout, Lambert picked up his first foul. And Alex Nunley will go to the line to shoot 2 right here. Nunley's shot rims out. He's 0 for 3 at the line so far tonight. Chad Dreswick checked in during the timeout for King as Nunley hits the second. Closing the gap 11-10. Here come the Tornadoes with the basketball. Relaford from top of the key to the wing. Gives off there to Lambert. Lambert on the attack. Walk with it. And a quick possession will give it right back to the Big Blue. 5 on the floor in gray right now is Cooper. Nunley. Zayas. Aniawu. And hanging out the high post is DJ McDonald. Wrap around layup in the meantime by Marquez Cooper. Is the Big Blue at 12-11 advantage. Man-to-man defense. Big Blue are sticking with it. Why not? It's working. Mays on the attack. High shot there over the block, off the glass and in. Good take by Mays that time to give King the 1-point advantage. Nunley stutter steps at the top of the key, going to work through the lane with a Euro step and puts it home for another 2. 14-13 to score. Big Blue back on top. 14.5 to go here in the first half. Dreswick with a look. They'll give it up to Relford on the wing instead. He goes away from a pick to the block. High off the glass. Won't get the roll. Ball tipped around. Everyone with a shot at it. And somehow coming out of there with it is Faust. And a whistle Good defense there by Cooper to knock it out of MJ Faust's hand. But the possession will stay with King. Trailing by 1, 14-13. Mays inbounds in front of Coach Price of the Big Blue bench. Relaford with the right hand. Gets away from the defender. Bucket on the way is no good. But on the closeout, a 3-shot foul coming up. Strong box out there. I believe it was called on Isaiah. It was. It'll be his first, team's third. And to the line for a couple of free throws is Josh Relaford. Johnson City, Tennessee native, Florida Southern College. Also has had his services. First free throw rattles all the way around and falls. 2 more coming up for Relaford. As a team, King shoots 64% from the free throw line. Second free throw, nothing but that for that shot by Relaford. 1 more coming up. A late sub by Coach Jason Gillespie. He'll replace Faust with Darren Howard, 6'1" junior guard. 1 more free throw upcoming. It's en route, and it's good from Relaford. 15-14. King retakes the lead on 3 free ones from Relaford. Into the front court comes Isaiah. Isaiah picks up his dribble. Left side to Nunley. Nunley's 3, too strong that time. Rebound pulled out of there by Howard. Into the front court, pull up 3. Relaford that time, he hits it, no one runs into him. 6 points in a row by Josh Relaford, and it's a 19-14 advantage. King with the lead, but the Big Blue with the ball. Aniawood gives off to Nunley. Nunley hands off there to Cooper. Cooper off the weave. The roll was there. Pull up gives off to Nunley instead. That 3 off the mark. McDonald down in the corner gets the rebound. Back up top, he finds Aniawood. Aniawood switches hands, pulls up, deep 2, got it. Brandon Aniawood with the long 2. Just the Big Blue back within 3. Behind the back dribble by Relaford. Almost lost it, regains it, gets free, loses a man. Pull up, jumper. Too strong that time, and McDonald there for the easy board. Outlets up ahead to Isaiah. Isaiah is going to go all the way up and under 2 defenders and off the glass and in. Good take by Sean Isaiah. The sophomore from Florida, getting his first start of the year and making do of it. The Big Blue back within 1, 19-18, 12:45 and counting first half. Pick and roll, trying to get it into Dreswick, but the bad pass, it's hard to miss him. He's 6'10", a couple of subs off the turnover. Tyler Murray. Jason Brooks back in. Looks like Connor Jordan will make a way in. Also Blake Atwood. So mass substitutions here. Everyone except Darren Howard replaced for King. Taj Maltoni back in the game. Desmond Freeman into the ballgame for the first time tonight for Coach Price and the Big Blue. Chasey won, 19-18, 12.5 to go here in the first half. Cooper trying to shimmy by a defender, pulls up instead and buries it. Marquez Cooper with the long 2 regains the lead, 20-19. Jordan handles in transition, gives off to Howard. Howard on the attack to the block, lost it on the way. A whistle and a foul called on Cooper. It'll be the 4th team foul on the Big Blue. And it was on the floor. Or was it? Yes, it was on the floor, so no free throws. They'll inbound from the baseline. Jordan to do the honors. Up top he goes, and they'll chase it down in the backcourt. Will Murray. Connor resets the offense with 12 on the shot clock. With a pick, pull up from the left elbow, hits the 15-footer. Jordan's first 2 of the night. King back on top, 21-20. Zayas and Tony back and forth over to Freeman. Freeman looks inside, gets off to Cooper, top of the key instead, who reverses back to Freeman. Freeman and Cooper playing catch momentarily. Now Cooper goes to work. On the drive, the attack, the kick, Zayas gives off to Tony instead. Tony lost it, gets it back. McDonald spins, gives off. 3 on the shot clock into McDonald. McDonald is fouled on the take, and King shakes their head as they played pretty solid defense that entire possession, but they're bailed out by a foul. DJ McDonald will shoot 2 after the break. 11:24 remaining first half. King 21, Big Blue 20 on the Big Blue Sports Network. 21-20 our score. King leading by 1 with 11:24 remaining here in the first half. The Big Blue will have free throws coming up, and you can stay up to date on all things Big Blue Athletics. Go-bstate.com. There you'll find up-to-date information on everything Big Blue. Roster, schedule, stories, along with live and on-demand events right there on go-bstate.com. The foul was committed by Murray, his first, King's third of the evening. DJ McDonald to the line for 2, his first in route and good. 14 points against LMU for McDonald. Looking to come off the bench tonight and make an impact as he has so far tonight. Second one on the way to retake the lead. That one off the mark. Rebound ripped out of there by Atwood and King. Tornado on the attack. Ball game tied at 21 with 11:18 and counting here in the first half. Jordan on the attack gives all 3 ball from Murray. Back iron, no good, too strong, and Cooper over everyone for the rebound. Cooper with the left-hand dribble, now behind the back to the free throw line. Swings in the corner. Tony drives, and a charge inside as Tony was a little more concerned of getting the pass to Aniowu instead of keeping his body under control. And Tony picks up the foul. 15th foul tonight. Tony's second. 11 minutes even. Here in this first half of play at the hot box known as net shot. Deep right wing. Now swinging it over to Jordan. Jordan gives on top of the key. Atwood inside to Murray. Murray lost it, regains it, swings it up top for Brooks. Brooks into the paint. Wild shot, but he gets it to go. Strong take by Jason Brooks. And King with that bucket retakes a 2-point advantage. 23-21, 10.5 to go. And a cheap foul right there by Darren Howard coming across the timeline guarding Cooper. Brooks will get a breather here as Lamberth is back in for the Tornado. Anywho triggers it into Cooper, who goes to work offensively. Tony leads the scoring for the Blues as he is fouled on the attack. So 2 quick, cheap ones by the Tornado, that time by Lamberth. That's the 15th foul, so both teams looking at the bonus rather shortly. Dreswick tried to check in a little illegally, but he's back in. Lamberth, that's his second foul, so he'll sit. Cooper runs the point for the Big Blue. Gets 2 picks there. A mismatch. Into the paint he goes with the floater. Banks it home off the glass. Cooper had the mismatch and blew by the defender for the easy 2. We're knotted up at 23. Jordan to the top of the key. Howard's 3. Off the mark. Rebound goes out of bounds. Last touched by Murray and King. Big Blue will use the opportunity to get a couple of subs in. Arafat Sharabu in for the first time tonight. 6'9" senior forward out of Queens, New York. And back in is Zayas. 9:52 running clock here in the first half. 23 all our score. Freeman with the touch, top of the key. Right side to Tony. Swing it back around to Aniowu in the left wing. Into the post they go. Tony backing in the defender. Switches it, loses it, and has his pocket pick from behind by Jordan. Jordan on the attack way up ahead to Howard. Howard's wild shot ends up into the hands of Freeman. And a turnover for nothing for King. Big Blue back on the attack. Freeman over to Tony. Bad pass, and it'll go out of bounds. Back to the Tornadoes. So a wild couple of transitions there by both teams. 2 turnovers. We'll give it right back to the Tornado. 9:18. First half of play between the Tornado and the Big Blue, and we're tied at 23. Big Blue man up as Relaford brings it back up for King. Right side to Murray. Left back to Relaford. Relaford going to work. Now drives to the block by 2 defenders and high off the glass and in. That was close to the shot clock. The 2 for King. Regains the 25-23 advantage. Freeman. Right side, Aniawood. Gives off to Zayas. Zayas bounces inside. There was 3 players in red, and one of them came up with it. That is Murray. Murray in the front court. His bodies collide. They try to feed inside. An offensive foul will be called on MJ Faust. Faust was way out of control there. And the charge will be the 6th team foul on King here in the first half. So the Big Blue will be in the bonus going forward. 8:30 and counting here in this first half of play. Big Blue chasing 2. Down to the baseline goes Azayas. They'll reverse it back up top. 3 in route. Too strong by Aniawu. Easy board there by Relaford. Relaford outlets up ahead to Mays and King. Relaford into Mays. Mays' wild shot somehow doesn't fall. But inside to cherry pick the board is Azayas and Big Blue. Almost at the 8-minute mark. On the attack is Tony for 2 more. Taj Mahal Tony with the take. And we're tied at 25. Relaford on the drive, and they'll get a cheap foul there as Freeman got him with the body. 7:54, first half. That's the 16th foul of the Big Blue. Both teams in the bonus the rest of the half after this timeout. 25 apiece here on the Big Blue Sports Network. 25 apiece is our score. The Tornado of King and the Big Blue of Bluefield State here on the hill in Bluefield. Tonight and tomorrow, these teams will get very familiar with each other. Tomorrow's tip-off at 4 o'clock or somewhere around there. We'll be on the call for that one as well. It'll be an audio-only broadcast, so tune in the same way you are right now. If you're on go-bstate.com, check out the app. Team One Sports in the App Store or Google Play. Put it on your television. I have it at home on right now so my cat doesn't get lonely, so you can do the same. Big Blue Sports Network. King will inbound out of the timeout and the foul. Dreswick gives over to Murray. Good ball movement here over to Mays. Right at the top of the key. Deep 3 in route. He hits it, but a whistle inside. The bucket will be negated. And the foul underneath will be called on Shibu. His first, team 7th, and a 1-1 opportunity here for the Tornado with 7:42 remaining first half. Officials are conferring. That's never a good thing. You get 3 officials talking. But they're going to settle who is shooting, and the officials conferring. 2 coaches who are very familiar with each other. Coach Jason Gillespie, Coach Derek Price chatting as well. The free throw en route, the first is good by Chad Dreswick. He'll earn another. Free throw gives King a 1-point, 26-25 advantage. Dreswick, 6'10", junior. Out of Flemington, New Jersey. His second free throw, also true. 27-25. First bonus free throws of the night result. Good fortune for the Tornado. They'll implement a little backcourt pressure, and it's broken by the Big Blue. 3 en route by Freeman from the right side. That's how you break a press efficiently. Freeman's 3 gives the Big Blue a 1-point, 28-27 advantage. Relaford goes to work. High post look. They go inside to Dreswick. Dreswick with the size advantage doesn't get the roll. Rebound tipped in the hands of Tony. Azayas on the attack. Over to Aniawu. Aniawu, left-hand dribble into the lane. Switches hands and gets the 2. From left to right, count them, and the Big Blue back on top by 3, 30-27. Relaford away from a pick. Left to Murray. Over to Mays. Mays right-hand dribble. Switches up into the teeth of the defense. Jump stop. 12 feet out. Floats it home with the left hand. Solid take by Mays. Closes the gap for King. It's 30-29. Big Blue with the lead. Zayas met by man-to-man defense in the front court. Behind the back dribble. And a kick of the leg by Alex Nunley on the screen results in a foul and a turnover. The Big Blue bench down to our right doesn't like the call. But nonetheless, it'll be Tornado with the possession. The explanation from the official got everyone in chuckles down to the right. Backdoor feed, looking for Relaford. It was closed up. He'll kick it way across court. Mays from almost the rail yard hits the three. Michael Mays is taking the Tornado on his back, giving them a 2-point advantage. 32-30. Big Blue back on the attack. Shibu left to Freeman. Freeman inside. Kicks instead. 3 in route. Right wing a little short. Isaiah's left it a little short and the Tornado outlet ahead. Long pass and a 3 on their end by Howard from the left corner. And a little bit of a run here by the Tornado has given Coach Derek Price a reason for a timeout. 35-30. The Tornado lead by 5 with 5:38 remaining in the first half. It's a 30-second timeout. So we'll keep it here. We mentioned the rail yard minutes ago. It was almost there on Raleigh Street where Michael Mays shot that 3 from moments ago. But they're closed. Right now they're going through some renovations. You can order online, railyardwv.com. The Rail Yard in Bluefield, a fan of the Big Blue. I suggest the chicken waffles. Those you got those on me. Mikey said you got to try these, and I've ordered them every time. I've never been disappointed. Rail Yard on Raleigh Street in Bluefield, a fan of the Big Blue. 35-30, 5:38 remaining here in this first half of play. It's been back and forth. And this 5-point advantage by the Tornado, their largest of the night, largest by either teams since way back in the early going. When Bluefield State led 7-2. It will be Big Blue basketball out of the timeout. Tony, Aniawu, Cooper, Freeman, and Nunley on the floor in gray. Full court defense implied by the Tornado in red with Relaford, Mays, Howard, Brooks, and Lamberth on the floor in red. Backcourt pressure. Cooper at the timeline. Dribbles out of trouble and brings it across. Down by 5. Bluefield State needs a quick bucket here. Cooper. Right corner to Aniawu. Aniawu into the paint to Nunley, and Nunley just strong arms everyone for the 2. 35-32. Quickly in the front court come King. Relaford over to Mays. Mays wanted to pull up for another deep 3, but Cooper said no, sir. A bounce pass left side to Howard. Howard reverses to Mays, who gives enough to Relaford. Relaford pulls up deep 3. That one rattles halfway down and out. Howard there for the rebound. Kick back out to Mays. That shot won't fall. Rebound tipped out. Last touched by King. 4:50 first half. Big Blue inbounds before King can set up their full court defense. Cooper relaxed across the timeline. Left side to Aniawu. Into Nunley. Nunley on the block, covered up. Up top to Tony. Pull up deep 2. Off the mark, a little strong rebound. Outlet up ahead to Howard and King. Howard coast to coast all the way. Bodies collide, no foul. Rebound inside Lamberth and a whistle there. A couple of whistles. They'll say it's on the floor. Cooper called for the foul. 9th team foul, last 1-and-1 opportunity for King. And Brandon Lamberth to the line for the free throws. 6'6" junior post player out of North Carolina hits the first. 15.7 rebounds off the bench Wednesday night against Emmanuel, so Coach Gillespie decided to reward him with the start here tonight. Lamberth, second free throw too strong. Rebound tipped into the hands of Nunley. 36-32. The lead by King is 4. Cooper wants to say something about that, and he does as he takes it coast to coast and cuts it within 2. Returning the favor is Relaford. Relaford goes coast to coast after the inbounds. His shot rims out. Nunley gets the rebound. Bodies hitting the deck everywhere. And through the carnage into the front court comes Cooper. Cooper into Nunley at the 4-minute mark. A foul on the floor will be called on Josh Relaford. 4 minutes left first half. 36-34. 1-1 coming up after this on the Big Blues.
Smaller. There's just so much here that's offered that you're not going to have access to in larger colleges.
4 minutes remain here in the first half. 36-34. King leading the Big Blue by 2. A 1-1 situation coming up for the Big Blue out of the timeout. The foul was called on Josh Relaford, his second. He does lead King in points at the moment with 10. And he will stay on the floor with his 2 fouls. Still a little time left here before intermission. Marquez Cooper, the junior guard, will head to the line for a 1-1 opportunity. Cooper's first free throw is good, earns a second. Big Blue in the 1-1 for a little bit here, as that's just the 7th team foul on King. Next foul on Bluefield State will send the Tornado for 2 free throws. Cooper drops them both. We're knotted up at 36 with under 4 to go first half. Relaford's been a handful, so is Mays. Mays gives off to Howard. Howard to the right wing, reverses over to Brooks. Brooks going to work on Nunley, drives to the block, and Nunley from behind says no, sir. Goes back at another one as Joe Gout, checking in moments ago, gobbles up the trash and puts it in the bin for King to retake a 2-point advantage. Big Blue on the attack, back going on there as Tony trying to outlet to Cooper. Gives up to Cooper. Cooper on the attack. Euro step through the lane, off the glass and in. Marquez Cooper dances through the defense to tie it up at 38. In transition, long 2. May have been partially blocked by Cooper on the hustle play. Marquez Cooper doing it at both ends of the floor right now. Slowly brings it up to catch a breather. 3-minute mark here in the first half. Cooper pull up, deep 3. That one almost went down, but it won't, and the rebound pulled out of there by Mays and King. Mays through traffic, almost gets his pocket picked. In the lane he goes, floats it with the left hand, and good. Michael Mays is doing work. King back up by 2, 40-38. Cooper off to Freeman. Freeman on the attack between the legs. Into the lane, drives, kicks. Aniawu there. Another shot there. Gives off to Nunley. Nunley, head nod into the lane. Stops, pops, drops it. Alex Nunley with a strong take, and we're knotted up at 40 with 2:18 and counting first half. Relaford's been a handful. Into the lane he goes. High shot. Almost hits the ceiling. Halfway down. Pops out. Cooper pulls down the board. Outlets up ahead to Freeman in the front court. Freeman on the attack, and a defensive foul there as both players were out of control, and Freeman gets lucky, and that'll be the 3rd on Relaford. They'll call it on the floor. Relaford will have a seat. A 1-1 situation coming up. Mere moments ago, I was talking about Relaford, the leading scorer at the moment for King, with 2 fouls, and he picks up his 3rd before half. That may be his kryptonite. To the line for a 1-1 shot is Desmond Freeman. His first rattles out. No one on the line for the Big Blue. And the rebound pulled down by King, but Gout dribbles in off his foot. And in transition, 3, Aniawu, splash. Big Blue taking advantage of King's mistakes tonight, and they lead by 3. On the attack, going to work is Mays, and Mays drives through the trees. High off the glass again. Quick outlet up ahead to Aniawu. Head nod, gets by one defender, tries to bank it home through the second defender. It won't fall. Rebound Jordan. Slowly in the backcourt, Aniawu scoops himself off the floor, and Jordan hits the 2 in transition. And Brandon Aniawu is up walking it off on his own power, but holding that right knee. So hopefully that's nothing serious. He'll take a seat. get a look at him, and it looks like Sean Isaias will replace him with 1:25 left here in the first half. King clinging to a 44-43 advantage. Isaias brings it up, going to work on Jordan. Right side, Tony reverses it over to Freeman. Freeman top of the key, back to Tony. Tony hands off on the wing. They'll give it off to Cooper with 10 on the shot clock. Cooper on the roll, not there. Cooper drives, kicks. Freeman, three, short. Inside, the rebound ripped down by Brooks. Outlets up ahead. King going to run with it. Over to Mays. Mays through two defenders. Lost it on the drive. And a tie-up situation will give it back to the Big Blue. Bluefield State there will take the possession arrow and drive the length of the court with 47.3 remaining in the first half, trailing by 1. Jordan in the hip pocket of Sean Isaias as he brings it up, gives off to Tony. Freeman back into Tony. Tony to the block, goes against the big man. First shot won't go, but he puts it back in with the left hand. Tony didn't give up, goes in against the tower, gets the bucket. And King wants to talk about it before their last possession. Their use it or lose it timeout before half. 19.7 on the game clock, 45-44. The Big Blue lead by 1. This one has been a fast pace. We're looking at on the pace for 90-plus points tonight. Both teams running and both teams taking some solid shots. The Big Blue taking advantage of some King mistakes for some easy points. And they have definitely showed that they're rested, not rusted tonight. They'll have to get a good night's sleep tonight. Both teams will, as they'll face each other tomorrow afternoon. 4 o'clock is the scheduled tip down in Bristol, Tennessee at the King Student Center. Very nice facility. We look forward to heading down there. We'll be on the air all afternoon, it seems like. We'll have the women's game tipping off at 2. Tomorrow's broadcast begins at 1:30 with the pregame of the women's game. 19.7 remaining in this opening half of play. And the Tornado will inbound in the backcourt. Connor Jordan, sophomore guard out of Morristown, brings it across the B-State logo. We'll see what King has drawn up here for the last play of the half. Jordan off a pick to the left wing, nothing there. Gives over to Mays. Mays has been a handful through 3 defenders. His shot is swatted away. It's loose on the floor, and that's how the half will end. Michael Mays has done damage on the Big Blue defense, but not that time. It is swatted away, and the Big Blue will take a 45-44 advantage into the locker room for halftime. We'll take a long breather. We'll grab a beverage. You should too, and we'll be back with some halftime stats and commentary after this.
Smaller, there's just so much here that's offered that you're not going to have access to in larger colleges.
Big Blue fans, starting this fall, we're going live from the Hill. We also have a new voice of the Big Blue, Zach Helton.
And with Derek and I, we have teamed up with Blue Frame. We've got our website going, the Big Blue Sports Network. Just go go-bstate.com, and you can watch all the games live and on demand right there. And if you're on the go, there's an app. Team One Sports, search Bluefield State, and you can watch everything Bluefield State through that app. We're going live, big man. It's going to be huge.
Hey, let's go. Go Big Blue.
Go Big Blue. Here at Bluefield State. Set up one behind the plate.
Big Blue fans, starting this fall, we're going live from the Hill. We also have a new voice of the Big Blue, Zach Helton.
And with Derek and I, we have teamed up with Blue Frame. We've got our website going, the Big Blue Sports Network. Just go go-bstate.com, and you can watch all the games live and on demand right there. And if you're on the go, there's an app. Team One Sports, search Bluefield State, and you can watch everything Bluefield State through that app. We're going live, big man. It's going to be huge.
Hey, let's go. Go Big Blue.
Go Big Blue. 45-44 our score. The Big Blue lead by 1 here at the half. Both teams back on the floor. And we'll just shout out to everybody working with us tonight. Mikey, the magic man from McDowell Doherty. He's taken, ladies. You can't have him. Man, we need to get a camera on your boots. If you're a sponsor out there and you want to sponsor the boot cam for Mikey Doherty, just give us a shout here at the school. That would be a great angle for all nights. Trey Fowler is on one camera. Audie Miller is on another. We appreciate them helping us out. Caden Carpenter, Jefferson Barmoy helping us out upstairs as well. So we've got some student athletes working for us. And, man, that's always the great part is even going back to when I was on campus, student athletes helping and supporting each other here at Bluefield State, and that's never going to change. So that's awesome here tonight. 45-41. What is also awesome, the 1-point advantage by the Big Blue. They have showed out tonight. We were talking a little bit, and me and Mikey were, before we got on the broadcast, what team is going to show up? Well, this is not the team we saw back in November in their only game and loss here in the year against Lincoln. They've showed out tonight, and King, who gave Conference Carolina favorite Emmanuel they could handle Wednesday night. Not a bad team as well. So those teams back to their respective benches. We're a few seconds away from getting this second half underway. Big things happen at Bluefield State. Coach Coaxum and his football coaching staff is working on some recruits. We're planning on doing a post-signing day show of Inside B-State Athletics, so keep tuned out for that, because we want to highlight all the work that they've done since getting to Bluefield, and that'll come to fruition on February 3rd, which is National Signing Day for college football. Keep an eye out for that on go-bstate.com and all the socials. Bluefield State Athletics on Facebook and B-State Blues on Twitter and Instagram. It will be King basketball to start the second half. They'll be going from right to left on your television set. Relaford leads all scoring. Gives up top of the key three, too strong. Relaford does not lead all scoring, but the three off the mark by Lamberth nonetheless, and Cooper brings it across the timeline, leading by one as we're in the first 20 seconds of the second half. Cooper, Tony, back and forth, back to Cooper, pull up, two, off the mark. Rebound tipped around, still loose inside, and Relaford comes up with it. Outlets up ahead to Faust. Faust feeds inside to Lamberth. Back to Faust. Faust's runner won't go, but the putback with the right hand is good. And King takes a 46-45 advantage here in their second possession of the second half. Andiawu back on the floor. Good to see him moving around swiftly. Over to Cooper. Cooper to the free throw line. Lost it. It's scooped up on the baseline. Inside, loose by Tony. Somehow, Azayas gets a hand on it, kicks it out. Three ball on the way from Andiawu off the mark. Nunley inside doing work. Spinner in the lane. He's wanting a foul. Won't get the call, but gets the two and the 1-point advantage. Relaford dealing with two defenders. Now inside, drops off to Faust. Faust's shot over the block, but too strong. Nunley with another rebound. Outlets up ahead to Andiawu. Here come the Big Blue up one. Over to Cooper. Cooper to the block. Hangs. Gets the roll. No, he won't. It'll pop out, and Faust ends up with it on the baseline for King. Brooks brings it across. Brooks right to the defense. Shot may have been partially blocked. Rebound knocked out of bounds, they say, by Nunley. And King will keep the possession. 18-25. The pace from the first half has not slowed down one bit. Faust will check out. Darren Howard will come in. It looks like Faust is dealing with a little bit of injury. Keep an eye on that. Inbounds play to Brooks. Brooks tries to feed it inside to Lamberth, and the Big Blues snuff it out with a steal. Cooper in the front court for Bluefield State with a 1-point advantage. Man-to-man defense by the Tornadoes. Cooper gets a pick from Nunley. Nothing there. Battles away from it. Finds Nunley in the high post. Nunley pulls up. Deep two. Off the mark. Rebound there by Tony. Almost gets the two, but good hustle by Tony. Relaford into the front court instead. Extra pass in the corner. Howard's three from the left side. No good. Cooper skies inside. Gets the board. 2-on-2. Cooper behind the back dribble. Drives. Kicks. Jumper from the baseline off the mark by Andiawu. Cooper there for the rebound. Back outside. Azayas wants his shot at it. He won't get it. Nunley cleaning the glass and is fouled on the tape. Nope, not a foul, but the ball knocked out of his hands and out of bounds will stay with the Big Blue. Brooks out. Back in is Dreswick for the Tornado. Coach Derek Price didn't like what he saw off the inbounds play, caused the 30 timeout. They'll make it a minute for the media timeout. 17:37 remaining in the ball game. 47-46, the Big Blue lead by 1 right here on the Big Blue.
They didn't make me feel any less because of it. You know, I had friends that
17:37 left in the second half. 47-46 our score. The Big Blue clinging to a 1-point advantage. Coach Price rallying in his troops out of the quick timeout. Off the inbounds play, trying to make the most of every possession. Isaiah pulls the trigger from the baseline. Up top, he goes to Tony. Tony on the attack to Aniwu. Aniwu to the free throw line, gives off to Cooper. 9 on the shot clock. Cooper attacks, pulls back. Long 2, in route, top of the key. He leaves that hand up there. He knew it was good. The Big Blue up by 3. 49-46. King on the attack now with Relaford. Relaford, right side to Lamberth. Lamberth drives in the paint, pulls up from 12 feet out, and he buries the shot to pull King back within 1. Back and forth they go. This has been a fun one here tonight. Tony into the front court, hands off to Cooper. Cooper goes right, comes back left. Now reverses right into the teeth of the defense. 3 in red there, down to the baseline to Nunley. They'll reverse it all the way back around. Anyway, looks left. Goes to Zayas deep on the perimeter. 10 on the shot clock. Big Blue reset offensively. A pick. The roll is there. Over to Tony. Tony on the attack. Inside and on the take. Almost showtime by Nunley, but he is fouled. And a good job offensively there by moving the ball around. And Nunley was open. That was going to be a big jam had he not been fouled. 16:38 left in the second half. First foul by either team, and Nunley's first free throw is true. Dreswick called for the foul, his first of the evening. Nunley's second free throw, both true. 51-48. 16:35 and counting here in the second half. The Big Blue lead by 3. Josh Relaford has been a thorn in the Big Blue side all night. Handles the basketball in between the circles. Right side to Howard. Howard trying to feed it in to the post, and it's kicked by the Big Blue. They'll put 20 back on the shot clock. Lamberth was going to work on the baseline, but the ball was kicked out on the perimeter. Relaford back to work. Man-to-man defense by the Big Blue. A drive by Relaford, a whistle, and a foul on the take, I do believe. That will be called on Isaias. First foul of the Big Blue here in the second half. And that is Sean's third of the night. To the line for 2. Relaford hits the first. Neither team will sub here. 16-17 remaining in the second half. Relaford with 11 points. Make it 12. He's 5 of 5 from the line. Out goes Dreswick. Back in comes Jason Brooks. And the Tornadoes set up in a full court 2-2-1 defense. Tony inbound from the baseline. He'll give off to Cooper. They go to work against the defense. Cooper far sideline, reverses back to Zayas and gets it across the timeline. Big Blue up 1, 16:05 and counting here in the second half. Zayas runs out of options, right side to Cooper. Cooper trying to bounce into Alex, and that one's kicked out. That'll take us to our under 16 timeout. 15:59 left in this one. A 1-point advantage belonged to the Big Blue here in the Big Blue.
Concentration of pre-medicine, and I'm a volleyball player.
15:59 remaining in the second half. The Big Blue leading King University Tornadoes. I'm showing my age when I say King College. King University is the official name. King University Tornado by 1, 51-50. It'll be Big Blue basketball out of the timeout. Cooper will pull the trigger from the baseline. He has Freeman, Nunley, Tony. His options and gets into Sean Isaias instead. Cooper back to the top of the key. 15 on the shot clock. Right side, Anywu wants three. That went off the mark a touch. Skying in for the rebound is Tony. His putback is good. Tajmon Tony came out of nowhere on for the rebound, gets the two, and the Big Blue up by a three. King looking to answer. Three in route by Brooks. Nope, he fakes everyone out, including myself. Drives and loses it. Still by the Big Blue. Outlet up ahead to Tony. Tony to the rack for two with the left hand. Tajmon Tony filled up the lunch bucket at halftime. He's going to work. The Big Blue are up 5. Relaford trying to slow the momentum in the pace. On the right wing, he reverses into lane on the take. The shot will go, and the foul. Relaford on the attack. Bucket is good, and the foul is called to Isaias. And I believe that's his 4th. It is. To the line, Relaford, who has been 5 of 5, perfect on the night, make it 6 of 6. 55-53, the Big Blue with the ball and the 2-point advantage. Cooper in the front court being harassed there by Howard of King. Gives off to Anywu. Anywu between the leg dribble, picked up by Howard off the pick. The roll is there to Nunley. Nunley to the rack, floats it with the right hand, left it short. He'll chase down his own rebound, reverses into the paint, and he's steps out of bounds apparently. They're going to call a wraparound. They'll call a foul on Nunley there. And he'll have to check out. He'll stay in. Sean Isaias with 4 fouls will be replaced by Desmond Freeman. Nunley's foul, his 2nd, not in trouble quite yet. Deep 3 on the way by Relaford. Too strong. Rebound tipped into the hands of Anywu. Showtime from Brandon Nope. He decides to go the conventional way with the finger roll. It's 2 nonetheless, and the lead is 4 for Bluefield State. Mays has been kept quiet here in the second half. He's going to work on the drive. Floats one. Right hand. Nope. Left hand. But nonetheless, what a take by Mays. His first bucket of the second half. Cuts the the Big Blue lead to 2. Big dunk right there by Alex Nunley off the mix. Been looking for that all night. Mays' 3 off the mark. Tony fouled on the rebound attempt. We're going the other way. What a jam by Alex Nunley. (59-55), and the Big Blue will bring it full into the court. Brooks called for the foul. It's his first. Freeman will bring it up. 14 minutes even left in this one. The lead is 4. Freeman into the front court. Over to Cooper. Cooper keeps it in play, back to Nunley. Nunley and Cooper are on completely opposite pages of the book. And the pass goes out of bounds back to King. The Big Blue grows some momentum there in the past couple of moments with Nunley's dunk. But right there, the turnover gives it back to the Tornado. The lead, though, belongs to Bluefield State. 59-54. 13:40 and counting. Lambert, high post. Down inside, he goes to Brooks, and Brooks on the drive will be fouled on the shot. Tony picks up the foul. 4th team foul on Bluefield State here in the second half, and it's Tony's 3rd. Jason Brooks to the line for 2. Left-hand shot in route, too strong that time. That's the back iron, no good. In between shots, Coach Derek Price will get Tony a breather. DJ McDonald will replace him. One more free throw coming up for Brooks. The lefty shot this time is true. So he gets 1 of 2. Big Blue lead is 3. Couple of subs here as Howard and Mays are replaced by Atwood and Faust. Full court pressure, man-to-man shown, and then they back off as Cooper gets the inbound. Marquez into the front court with a 3-point advantage. Top of the key to Nunley. Nunley on the attack, jump stop, lost the ball, and he's fouled on the take. Foul on the floor. It's the third team foul on King. Lamberth, it's his third foul as well. Cooper, high post give to Nunley. Nunley inside finds Brandon Aniawu wide open. Nunley with the assist. Aniawu with the bucket and a foul way away from the other hoop. Be called on Freeman and Bluefield State. Freeman going for the steal, gets the foul instead. It's his second of the evening. Bringing it up for the Tornado is Connor Jordan. 13 minutes even left in this one. The Big Blue lead by 5, 61-56. Inside give. Good drive by Lamberth to get away from his defender. And he lays it up off the glass for 2. Cooper in the front court for the Big Blue. Swing pass up top. Extra pass over to Freeman. Left side 3, way off the mark. Rebound into the hand of Jordan. Jordan going to go coast to coast for King. His shot won't go, but the putback by Faust is there. Off the quick play. King back within 1. A little bit of a run here by the Tornado. Freeman brings it up, trying to answer. Over to McDonald. Back to Freeman. Big Blue up 1, but King is picking up a little momentum here. We're almost halfway through the second half. Cooper on the attack with 10 on the shot clock. Reverses out. Back up top. Nunley's 3 from there. Rattles halfway down. Won't fall. McDonald fights for the rebound inside. His shot won't go, but Freeman inside gets fouled on his putback attempt. Good hustle inside to keep that possession alive. Free throws coming up after the timeout. 12 minutes remain in this one. A 1-point, 61-60 advantage belong to the Big Blue here on the Big Blue Sports Network. Big Blue fans, if you're in the mood for great food and you're stuck on Friday night wondering what you're going to cook, well, you don't have to. Just check out the Rail Yard online, railyardwv.com. Order right from there. They're still renovating, but you can order great food from the Rail Yard right now for pickup. The Rail Yard in Bluefield, a big fan of the Big Blue. Free throws coming up with 12 minutes to go here in regulation. 61-60 our score. The Big Blue clinging to that 1-point advantage. Chad Dreswick, the big man out of New Jersey, called for his second foul before the break. That will send Desmond Freeman to the line for 2. First free throw doesn't get the roll. Nunley, Aniawu, Freeman, McDonald, and Cooper. 5 on the floor in gray for Bluefield State at the moment. Second free throw is true. 1 of 2 from Freeman extends the lead to 2. Connor Jordan brings it up for King. Left side, Atwood, deep 3 on the way, hits nothing, and DJ McDonald there to scoop it up. Cooper in the front court, going to work. Swing pass, back up to Freeman. Freeman on the attack, kicks back to Cooper. His 3, too strong that side. Rebound into the hands of McDonald, but he ran out of real estate underneath the basket and will turn it over back to King. Arafat Shaibu back in. Played some limited minutes in the first half. We'll give Nunley a breather here with 11:37 remaining. The 5 on the floor in red for King include Dreswick, Atwood, Jordan, Brooks, and Faust. Jordan top of the key with a left-hand dribble into the paint. Eludes one defender, shakes by him. 15-footers off the mark, though. And Aniawu inside for the rebound. 62-60, 2-point advantage belongs to the Big Blue, so does the basketball. Freeman way out on the perimeter, going to work against Atwood. High post feed to Cooper. Cooper squares off the pick. On the roll, it's there to Shabu. Arafat Shabu for 2. extends the lead 64-60. 10:53 and counting in this one. Jordan runs the point. High post to Dreswick. Back to Brooks. Clearing out is Atwood. Receives on the wing. They'll reverse it back left side to Jordan. Jordan looking inside. Nothing there. 6 on the shot clock. High post to Faust. Faust in the lane. Pushes one up with the right hand. It goes halfway down and out. Scooping up the rebound is Shabu for Bluefield State. Good job defensively by the Big Blue that possession. 4-point advantage. Cooper comes across the timeline, gets a pick, then loses the ball en route. Faust scoops it up. Faust all the way. Misses the layup. The putback there, bailed out by Blake Atwood. About halfway through the jump, it seemed like Faust wanted to dunk it, didn't have the air, and missed the layup. In the meantime, Freeman goes on the attack, and Freeman goes through 2 defenders. Shot won't fall, but he'll head the line for 2 free ones. 15th foul in the Tornado. Both teams on pace to hit the bonus here rather shortly. Atwood called for the foul for King, his first of the evening. Freeman to the line, his first is true. Sean Isaias back into the ball game. Second free throw is good by Freeman. Number 10 on the floor. We'll find out who number 10 is, not on a roster. Under 10 to go. Big Blue clinging to a 4-point 66-62 advantage. Dreswick over to Jordan. Jordan weaving through traffic, now reverses back to Brooks. Brooks on the attack with 10 on the shot clock. Brooks into the paint. Left-hand floater, too strong, but a whistle inside. A foul called on Bluefield State, and the Big Blue bench displeased. McDonald called for the foul, his first, team 6th. And Tornado, after these free throws by Jason Brooks, will be in the bonus going forward. First free throw. Left hand shot too strong and off the mark. Second free throw on the way by Brooks. Off the mark. Rebound chased down by Bluefield State's Aniawu with the board. 9.5 minutes to go. A 4-point advantage for Bluefield State. McDonald, top of the key. Giving room to work. That's a bad thing as he goes all the way to the rack with a right hand and strong. 6-point advantage, Bluefield State. Quickly in the front court, Faust for King. That take high off the glass through 2 outstretched would-be blockers and good. 68-64, 9-minute mark here in the second half. Zayas gives off to McDonald. Shabu on the attack, reverses over to Aniawu. 9 on the shot clock. Brandon pulls up in the corner. 3-ball right side, short. Rebound inside, King. 8:35 and counting. A loss on the way as Brooks had his pocket pick. Going to work is Isaias into the lane with the left hand. It's good. Bluefield State is fired up with a 6-point 70-64 advantage. 8:15 and counting. Jordan off a pick. Gives off to Atwood for King. Away from a pick goes Atwood. Into the trees he goes and floats one home with the right hand. Blake Atwood with a nice take, and that calms the Bluefield bench down a tad. The lead still belongs to the Big Blue. It's 4. Backcourt pressure. Isaias gets it across, gives off to Aniawood. Right side, number 10. We're looking for his name. We don't have it on our roster yet. We'll get it soon. Over to Sean. Sean gets a pick. The roll not there. Sean in amongst the drive and a foul as bodies collide inside. And that will be an offensive foul. 7:37 remaining in regulation. Big Blue lead King Tornadoes 70-66 here on the Big Blue Sports Network.
Science with a concentration of pre-medicine, and I'm a volleyball player.
70-66 our score. 7:37 remaining in regulation. Let's reset things for you real quick. The possession arrow belongs to King. King is also in the bonus with a 1-1. Timeout situation. Bluefield State has 2 in their pocket. King has 3 at their disposal. Darren Crump Jr. Ahmad Jeffries. All right. Ahmad Jeffries is number 10. We'll learn more about Ahmad Jeffries as soon as we can. In the meantime, King back on the court, so is Josh Relaford. Through 2 picks. Drives, gives off to Mays instead. Mays has been a thorn in the Big Blue side, and he's well rested. Going to work on Aniawu. Lost it with 8 on the shot clock. Gives back to Relaford. Relaford deep 3 from the King bench is off the mark. Rebound loose on the floor. No walk called. Somehow ends up in the hands of Atwood. And King gets a fresh 20. Relaford, top of the key between the leg dribble. Now left side he goes. Steps back. Jumper. Long 2 off the mark. Rebound inside by Mr. Ahmad Jeffries. Welcome to the ballgame serve. Jeffries will bring it up forward. 6:45 and counting in the second half. Aniawu between the circles. Hands off there to Desmond Freeman. Freeman spins away from a defender. 12 on the shot clock, goes by Relaford. On the attack into the paint, drives, kicks. 3 ball, left corner is good from Brandon Aniawu. What a find right there. And the lead for Bluefield State is 7. Deep 3 quickly in transition. Michael Mays says, I've been gone long enough. And that'll close the gap back to 4. 73-69, the Big Blue with the ball in the lead. Jeffries, top of the key, gives off to Crump. Inside to Aniawu. Aniawu looks inside, nothing there. Back up top to McDonald. Backdoor, nothing there. Reverses over to Freeman. 8 on the shot clock. Freeman over to McDonald on the baseline. Skip pass over to Aniawu. Aniawu deep, 2. Almost banked it home as the shot clock fires, and the King Tornado outlet up ahead. Atwood all the way, coast to coast, won't fall. Rebound in the corner, chased down by Mays. Mays into the paint with a left-hand shot, won't fall, but he's fouled. Ahmad Jeffries picks up the foul. It'll be the 8th team foul, but it was on the shot regardless. So 2 free throws coming up for Michael Mays. Both teams with subs awaiting to check in as Mays toes the line. His first left-handed shot is good. A fresh 5. They're fresh 4 plus Crump. Tony, Nunley, Cooper on the floor to play with Crump and Freeman. Mays drops them both. King within 2 with 5.5 to go. 73-71. Marquez Cooper played a heck of a ball game. He'll bring it up. Over to Tony. Tony on the attack to the glass with the left hand is good. Tony wanted the foul, won't get it, but the Big Blue are back up by 4. In transition, trying to look inside. Getting too fancy with it was Relaford looking for Faust, and he turns it over. A quick outlet up ahead to Crump. Crump shot too strong. Nunley is there to clean the glass, but he falls out of bounds, and we'll turn it over. 5:03 remaining in this one. 75-71. I don't know if we can keep this pace up tomorrow, but this one has been a fun one. Tornado in the front court, down 4. Relaford inside, goes to Faust. Faust up and under Cooper, bucket and the foul. He had Cooper in the air, took advantage of it, and gets the shot to go. Faust with 8 points. He's 4 of 8 from the line. He'll get 2 more, or get 1 more here with a chance at the old-fashioned 3-point play. Cooper's foul, his 3rd. Tyler Murray replaced by Brandon Lamberth. And Darren Crump replaced by Brandon Aniowu after a quick breather. Free throw in route and good by MJ Faust, completes the 3-point play. 75-74. The Big Blue lead by 1, and bringing up is Cooper. Cooper through 2 defenders, drives, kicks out to Aniowu. Aniowu to the top of the key. Going to work is Nunley. Nunley's fouled on the drive, and Brooks will be the culprit. 16 foul, both teams in the bonus going forward. And this is the last non-bonus foul against King. The Big Blue will trigger from the baseline. Doing the honors is Marquez Cooper. High post, he goes to Nunley. Nunley reverses and is fouled on the take. Faust goes up for the block, and Faust will be called for the foul. That's Faust's 2nd personal of the night, 7th team foul. It was a shooting foul. Nunley to the line for 2. 4:31 left in regulation. This ball game has been back and forth throughout. Nunley misses the front end. Neither team will sub here. Unless someone fouls out. The 10 on the floor may finish this one. Nunley's 2nd in route, hits 1 of 2. 76-74, the Big Blue lead by 2. King bringing it up, it's Relaford. Off to Faust. Faust lost it, regains it with 20 on the shot clock. Going to work on Nunley. Step back, deep 3, short. Rebound will head out of bounds. There would be crowd or cheerleaders there in a normal night, but right now it's just a cameraman. And the ball goes back to the Big Blue. 4:15 and counting. Desmond Freeman, the sophomore guard out of Greensboro, brings it up. Man-to-man defense. Going to work now is Cooper. Cooper on the attack on Faust. Got the better of him, but the shot won't fall. Rebound cleared by Lamberth and King. Up ahead to Faust. Faust wants 2 of his own. His shot too strong. Inside, bodies hit the deck, and a foul is whistled very late. But they're going to give it on Tajmal Toney. Toney called for the foul. We head to the final media timeout of the night. 3:52 remaining in this one. 76-74. Free throws coming up after the break.
I was totally lost.
3:52 remaining in regulation. 76-74 our score. The Big Blue clinging to that 2-point advantage. But after the foul, after the miss, Tajmal Toney was the culprit. It's his 4th. To the line for 2. Brandon Lamberth. King in the double bonus going forward. Big Blue just now in the bonus. First free throw off the mark by Lamberth. Lamberth 1 of 3 from the line tonight. He does have 7 points. His 2nd one on the way. That one rattles home. 2 of 4, 50% from the line. Puts the Tornado within 1. 76-75. Cooper brings it up for the Big Blue. High post to Nunley. Kick pass in the corner. Extra pass up top. Toney realizes he's open. Maybe a little too far open as the shot's too strong. Inside for the easy board was Lamberth and King. They'll outlet up ahead to Brooks. Brooks trying to feed it inside. Bodies collide, and somehow Tajmal Toney comes up with it. Up ahead to Anywoo. Back to Toney. Off the glass and in. Tajmal Toney gets the bucket. Not sure what the whistle was for. But no, I don't know if it was a warning on Big Blue. Was it a warning? There was a warning on King right there. Toney with the layup. The 3-point advantage belonged to the Blue. Pull up. Jumper off the mark by Relaford. Rebound inside. Lamberth, his putback too short. Alex Nunley, with Windex and all, cleans the glass one more time for Bluefield State. Under 3 we go. The Big Blue leading 78-75. Marquez Cooper's had a heck of a night, slows down the pace. Going to work on Faust. Shakes it, drives to the block. Too strong, but the foul is called into the line. We'll go Marquez Cooper. Cooper with the take. Foul called on Jason Brooks. And Brooks, that's his third. Cooper to the line to try to extend the lead. The first is good. 79-75, 2:41 remaining in regulation. Cooper drops in both. He's 4 of 4 from the line, 16 points overall, and the Big Blue lead by 5. Relaford looking for a spark. Drives, drops into Lamberth. Lamberth's shot too strong. Rebound tipped around. Everyone has an opportunity at it. Faust puts it back up. His shot no good. Cooper keeps it alive in the hands of Aniawu. Here come the Big Blue. 2:20 and counting. Here in the second half, Big Blue with the ball in the lead. Left side, Tony. Tony on the attack to the left block. Shot will go, and the foul. Taj Mahal Tony gets the bucket and the foul to the line for an old-fashioned three-point play. Big Blue trying to extend this one. Tony with 20 on the night. He'll have an opportunity here to extend it momentarily. A timeout by King before the free throw. 82-75, a 7-point advantage. And King calls a timeout. Full timeout. We'll take it with them. A Taj Mahal Tony free throw up after this. So the Big Blue leading 82-75 here on the Big Blue Sports Network. Taj Mahal Tony with 20 on the night. He can add to that right now. 82-75 our score. The Big Blue are up 7 with 2:12 remaining. Out of the timeout. King will send out Josh Relaford, Chad Dreswick, MJ Faust, Michael Mays, and Jason Brooks on the floor. Coach Derek Price counters with Cooper, Tony, Aniawu, Nunnally, and Freeman. Free throw a little strong by Tony. Rebound cleared by the Tornado. Mays into the front court looking for a spark between the leg dribble. Left side, Relaford. Relaford giving no room by Freeman. Now step back deep two. Off the mark. Rebound tipped around. Cooper comes out of there with it for the Big Blue. Up ahead to Aniawu. Aniawu drives. Alley-oop and a slam! Alex Nunley scoops that one off the top of the backboard and jams it home. And that one might be the dagger. 3-ball in transition is good, and that may calm down the Big Blue as Relaford hits that one. 90 seconds to go, 84-78. Big Blue need another bucket and a couple of stops. Cooper into the front court to Tony. Tony drives, swings it to Aniawu. Aniawu wisely back up to Cooper to kill some clock. Cooper off a pick from Nunley through two defenders over to Tony. Drops off to Freeman. Leave it up there, young man. That one's a good one. 87-78 with 68 seconds to go. Relaford looking for a prayer. He won't get it, but he'll be fouled and will head to the line. Tony called for the foul. They'll scoop him up off the floor. And that's Tony's fourth. Actually, it may be his fifth. Yes, it is. It is his fifth. So Taj Mahal Tony with a highlight reel tonight. We'll leave this one a tad early. 62 seconds remaining. He fouls out with 16 points. 20 points on the night for Tony. He'll be replaced by Arafat Shaibu. And to the line will go Josh Relaford for 2. Darren Howard waiting to check in. I believe he's going to come in for Faust between free throws. Relaford's first is true. Out goes Faust. In comes Howard. A little offensive-defensive substitution for Coach Gillespie and the Tornado. Relaford, perfect 7 of 7 from the line. Make it 8 of 8 as he hits them both. He has 20 on the night. And the Tornado are within 7. 87-80, 1 minute to go. Cooper guarded by Howard as he comes across the timeline. In front of his own bench. Bounces it off Howard's foot and out of bounds. Aniowu will pull the trigger from the near sideline. Into Cooper. Cooper this time guarded by Relaford. And Cooper will get fouled there by Relaford and will head to the line for 2. Both teams in the double bonus going forward with 43.3 seconds left in regulation. And a couple of free throws from Cooper may put this one to bed. Cooper to the line for 2. First one is true. $88-80. The Big Blue lead is 8. Cooper a perfect 5 of 5. Make it 6 or 6 from the line. 18 on the evening for Marquez Cooper. The lead is 9. 3-possession ball game. Into the paint goes Relaford. Relaford will be fouled on the take. 2 shots coming up. Shaibu calling for the foul. It will be his second. First free throw is true from Relaford. Neither team will sub. 37.3 left in this one. Now a late substitution as both teams send a player to the scores table. Relaford drops in both. Connor Jordan will replace the big man, Chad Dreswick, for a little more speed on the floor. The Big Blue will counter with getting Shaibu out, and Amon Jeffries will replace him. So speed for speed, both teams sub. Man-to-man, full court pressure off the make. Cooper in the backcourt will be fouled by Relaford on the reach-in. Relaford will say goodnight. Relaford didn't like the call, and he'll have some time to think about it on the bench. Coach Gillespie taking his time, his allotted time to find a replacement, and he'll go with Blake Atwood. So Relaford's night is done, and what a night it was. 22 points, including 10 of 10 from the free throw line. 3 rebounds, 2 assists to steal on the evening for Relaford. And Marquez Cooper putting this one on ice, hitting the front end. 31.6 remaining. It's an 8-point advantage again for Bluefield State. Cooper's second one is true as well. He's perfect from the line tonight, and the lead is back to 9. A 3-possession ball game. King looking to close the gap. Jordan on the attack, and he'll be fouled on the shot. Ahmad Jeffries called for the foul into the line. Goes Connor Jordan. It's Jeffries' second of the night. Jordan's free throw rattles around and out. Cooper will get a breather here. Darren Crump checks in for him. Second free throw coming up for Connor Jordan. Gets the second. 26.6 remaining. It's an 8-point ball game. Timeout on the floor. It's 30 seconds, so we'll keep it here. 91-83, the Big Blue lead by 8 with under 30 seconds to go. Let's reset things for you. Both teams in the double bonus. The possession arrow belongs to Bluefield State. Keep an eye on that. At the moment, Bluefield State has 2 timeouts in their pocket. And I believe King does too, although the scoreboard does have 3. They used one, so I believe it's either 2 or 1. But it can't be that many. Nonetheless, the 8-point advantage belongs to Bluefield State. Five on the floor in red. Mays, Brooks, Howard, Atwood, and Jordan. Bluefield State will counter with Jeffries, Nunley, Crump, Aniawu, and Freeman. Jeffries pulls the trigger into Aniawu. Aniawu double teamed in the backcourt. He'll be fouled. Will walk the length of the court for a couple of free throws. Almost academic at this point. Bluefield State just has to hit a couple of more free throws to put this one to bed. Connor Jordan, sophomore guard out of Morristown, West Tennessee. Almost said West Virginia. Morristown, Tennessee. Called for the foul, his first. Aniawu's free throw was good. 92-83 with 24.6 seconds left in this one. Aniawu perfect from the line. He's 2 for 2. Make it 2 for 3. I jinxed him. Mays looking for some magic. Dribbles, lost it, gets it back, goes to the rack with a left-hand layup. It's good. So they'll reset the game clock to 16.1. The stoppage in play will allow King to allow some man-to-man full-court pressure. Jeffries to trigger into Aniawu. Back to Jeffries, and Aniawu will be fouled by Howard, and will hustle to the other end of the court for 2 more free ones. Brandon Aniawu to the line for 2. 18 points so far on the night. He's 2 for 3 from the line. Make it 2 of 4. 92-85 with under 15 seconds to go. Left them short. Tornado into the front court. Here comes Atwood. Atwood all the way coast to coast. Layup is good. And a quick timeout by the Tornado. As the ball game is at 5, 92-87 with 9.4 remaining. And we were trying to put this one to bed, but the Tornado not done quite yet. It's a 2-possession game with 9.4 remaining. It's not out of the realm of possibilities, but it is looking rather slim. Big Blue need a couple of more points, maybe from the free throw line. Coach Price down to our right, drawing up an inbound play. This game's so good, why not do it again? We'll do it again tomorrow, as a matter of fact. 4 o'clock, the tip-off for the men's game. 2 o'clock, the women will play. Same 2 schools down at King University in Bristol, Tennessee. Tune in tomorrow the same way you are right now, right here on the Big Blue Sports Network. Nunley, Crump, Aniawu, Jeffries, and Freeman, 5 on the floor in gray. Jeffries the trigger from the baseline. Gives inside to Freeman, and Freeman will walk to the other end for 2 free ones. A little over a second off the clock. Atwood caught for the foul, his second. Freeman for 2 to try to put this one to bed. His first one en route and good. 93-87. 6-point ball game with 8.3 remaining. One more might do it. Both through there by Freeman. 94-87, final 5 seconds of this one into the front court. Deep 3 on the way by Mays, no good. And Alex Nunley, why not? One last rebound for him. And the Big Blue get win number 1 on the year against King University Tornado. 94-87 the final. A 7-point win by the Big Blue. They are fired up, so are we. We'll take a timeout. We'll put a bow on this one here on the Big Blue Sports Network.
Here, it's a family and a community. It wasn't just going to school.
(94-87), our final. The Big Blue get win number 1 on the year here against the King Tornado tonight, and what an effort it was. Zach Helton, Mikey Dory. Let's shout out everyone who helped us out tonight. Trey Fowler, Audie Miller on a couple of cameras, Caden Carpenter, Jefferson Barboy helping us out upstairs. Shout out to them for helping us out tonight. We couldn't have done it without them. Big Blue downstairs, ecstatic in that locker room. 94-87, win number 1 on the year. They're now 1-1 on the year. King University now 0-2 after the loss. Let's check out some stats from tonight. A big effort, team-wide effort for Bluefield State tonight. Scoring-wise, first, King had 44 in the first half, 43 in the second half to make up the 87. Bluefield State 45 in the first half, 49 in the second to make up the 94-87. Of course, our final. Scoring-wise, first for King, leading scorer of the night for both teams was Michael Mays. He had 25, including 10 of 19 from the floor, 3 of 8 from behind the arc. Followed up by 22 points from Josh Relaford before fouling out. Everyone else in single digits for the Tornado. 9 from MJ Faust, 8 from Brandon Lamberth, 6 from Blake Atwood, 5 apiece from Jason Brooks and Connor Jordan, 3 from Darren Howard, 2 from Joe Gout off the bench, and 2 from Chad Dreswick off the bench as well for the Tornado. Bluefield State had 5 in double figures, 2 in 20-point range. Marquez Cooper with 20 points, including 6 of 13 from the field. Taj Maltoni with a night, 20 points for him as well. 18 points from Brandon Aniowu, and another double night for Mr. Alex Nunley. 16 points, 17 rebounds in the win for the Big Blue. 11 points, wrapping up the double-digit scoring for the Big Blue by Desmond Freeman. Everyone else in single digits. It was Sean Azayas playing in foul trouble most of the second half, but he played solid even though he only had 4 points. 3 points from DJ McDonald off the bench. 2 points from Arafat Shaibu in the win for Bluefield State. Team stats-wise, Bluefield State was 50.7% from the field, 35 of 69. They were 18.2% from behind the arc, but I don't think they took a 3-point shot in the second half. 64.5% from the free throw line in the win for Bluefield State. Bluefield State won the rebound battle, 17-16 in offensive boards. Bluefield State holding that advantage by 1. 29-23, 6 defensive rebound advantage by Bluefield State, making it a 7 total rebound advantage, 46-39. 9 assists, 9 steals for the Big Blue, including 4 blocks, 12 turnovers, 17 points off turnovers for Bluefield State, 16 second chance points, 54 points in the paint. They went inside a lot in the second half, and it behooved them well. 29 points off fast break and 16 points off the bench for the Big Blue. King shot 41.3% from the field on the night, 27.3% from behind the arc, and 76% from the free throw line. They had 5 assists, 3 steals, a block, and 12 turnovers to go along with 13 points off turnovers, 17 second chance points, 44 points in the paint, 13 fast break points, and 18 points off the bench. Marquez Cooper, Taj Maltoni, Desmond Freeman, Brandon Aniowu, and Alex Nunley all have big nights as the Big Blue get it done late. 94-87 the final. The Big Blue now 1-1 on the year. King University falls to 0-1. And if you enjoy this ball game, you don't really have to wait too long for the rematch. It's tomorrow afternoon at 4 o'clock. Right after the women's game, we'll have that game at 2 o'clock. beginning with a 1:30 pregame show on the Big Blue Sports Network. Tune in the same way